Hello everyone, hope I'm audible to all of you. My name is Shubham Sagar. Welcome to StudyIQ IS English channel. Today we'll do Hindu analysis of 24th July 2025. Very good. Okay, let's start the discussion. Good morning, Liliana, Madhubala, Evangeline, Edith, Sriparna, Scarlett, Anandu, Yukta, Taluri, Venkat, Shashmita. Cool. So let's start with today's Hindu analysis, 24th July 2025. I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of the MCQs and PYQs. Today we'll solve a lot of PYQs in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shubh. If you have not joined it, you can join it. Oh my God. You can also find me on LinkedIn. There also you can, join me. I'm not on any other social media, be it Instagram, Facebook, blah, 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 and other blah, blah, blahs. So yesterday I gave you 3 questions. Sriparna Bishwas, she's one of the very good girl. Like she's one of my, friend of friend. No, that's a lie. I don't know her, but I know her from here and she's a very good girl. She is the one who answered it along with one other person. Nobody else answered the question of those 3. Okay, so this was MCQ 11. Manual scavenging and septic tank cleaning. I think you people answered it yesterday only here. But even then, do try to answer it in the comment section. That will increase the spread of my video. You people have already done that. Now, we again, and thank you for that. So, what is the answer of MCQ 11? Good morning, Ankita. Yesterday, Ankita, you teased me so much. Good morning, Shaida, Rajneesh, Rishub, Venkat. Venkat has given the answer. So, we have discussed, many people feel and they take manual scavengers and septic tank cleaners as synonymous. They are not synonymous. There is difference. Manual scavenging is banned. It's illegal. Septic tank is, or cleaners, their occupation is not banned, but they have to do it in a mechanized form, not non-mechanized, or they should not be taking our potty with their own bare hands. That is not allowed. So, see, manual scavenging involves raw human excreta in dry latrines, while septic tank cleaning involves mechanized cleaning of sewer system. Yesterday, we have talked about Namaste scheme. That was the last article which we have done in yesterday's Hindu analysis. Oh my God, very good. Cool. So, good morning, Himani and Evangeline, Shashmita, Liliana, Mamta, and all of you have answered it. MCQ 12 of yesterday. In the election of Vice President of India, which of the following voting methods is used? Please, Article 66 and all these, there are so many, intricate terms when it comes to election of President and Vice President. So do revise yesterday's Hindu analysis, and I have made a separate video on Article 66 as well. So Vice President, there we have talked about what is the basic meaning of proportional representation, FPTP, single transferable vote, and the answer is Namaste scheme. Very good. No, that is not the answer. The answer is B. Proportional representation by single transferable vote. 12th question. So we have done that, and I think this is an easy question. Today's question will not be that easy. Very good, Shashmita, Venkat, Liliana. MCQ 13. Yesterday's homework. Which of the following statements correctly differentiate between election of President and Vice President of India? That we have discussed. In the election of President, elected MPs as well as elected MLAs of states and UT, they participate. In the case of Vice President, doesn't matter whether you are elected or nominated, only MPs participate. Sachin Tendulkar can participate in Vice President election, but he cannot in the case of President election because earlier he was Rajya Sabha MP. Cool. So the answer here is, they are saying differentiate. Only the President's Electoral College includes state legislature. That is not the case with Vice President election. Very good. You people are so good. So Evangeline, Venkat, Shashmita, all of you have answered it. Awesome. So now MCQ 11, answer is C. MCQ 12, answer is, again you can have a look at this, B. MCQ 13, answer is D. Let's come back to the present. First article, can presidential reference change judgment? These words, you keep on hearing about presidential reference, etc. That is fine. But again, here we are concerned with Article 143. Again, you know about it. But do you know about Article 137? Do you know the difference between review petition and curative petition? Now, the question here asked by Hindu editorial is, now, Jyoti, like Draupadi Murmu ma'am, oh my God, I'm saying Jyoti. Jyoti was a good friend of mine, So, Draupadi Murmu ma'am, she has asked for president's, Supreme Court and Chief Justice view. Like in the previous, if you have followed current affairs earlier, Tamil Nadu governor, he was sitting on certain bills. Supreme Court said that there is a certain timeline by which you have to pass the bill. You cannot just sit on the bill. You cannot just do this veto thing, pocket veto thing. That's not allowed. That's not good. So again, now President is asking Supreme Court whether they can do that, whether they can set a timeline on that. Now the question here is, Supreme Court, like President ma'am, she has asked a question from Supreme Court. Now, is this seen as a pressure? Because of this particular pressure, whether Supreme Court will change their judgment under Article 143. So you will get so many answers that whether they can change it or not. If they can change it, how they can change it? Via review petition. How review petition is different from curative petition. So again, there are different words which are important from exam perspective. Cool. So let's start with the discussion on this article so that you can understand some keywords here. So July 22-25 Supreme Court. So earlier President has asked for some advice, and again there are other questions also. Is Supreme Court bounded, like they have to give advice to President ma'am because she asked for it? The answer is no. When was the time when Supreme Court refused to give answer to a presidential reference, Ayodhya dispute or Ayodhya case? What is that Ayodhya case? So there are so many things which we have to remember. Very important from every exam perspective. Cool. So July 22-25 and we are having Hindu analysis 24. 2 days back, Supreme Court issued notice to union government in all states that they have started looking into the presidential reference, whatever President ma'am was asking. And a constitution bench led by B.R. Gavaisa, he will begin hearing around mid-August. Now there are different words here, constitution bench. Before that, see the issue. What is a constitution bench? What is the meaning of a constitution bench? That we have to understand. Whether president and governors can be judicially compelled to act within prescribed timelines, because there is no timeline which has been mentioned in the constitution. Let's say governor or president, if a bill has been sent to them by state legislature or parliament, in what particular duration of time they have to send the bill back after giving assent or withdrawing assent, that timeline is not specified. Now Supreme Court is specifying that timeline because it has been misused a lot by different governors. Governors have become basically an agent of the center, not only in this particular central government but even in the previous cases. So we are not pinpointing any particular central government. To do away with that whole thing, that governor is not mere an agent of center, there is a timeline which has been stated by Supreme Court and President has asked an advice for it. Now, Constitution Bench. Constitution Bench means a bench of Supreme Court consisting of 5 or more judges. That is Constitution Bench. Do remember it. Let's say a 7-judge bench, they have given a judgment. So, right to privacy K.S. Puttaswamy judgment, that was given by Constitution Bench. That means 5 or more judges. So, generally the criteria is if 7-judge bench, they have given a verdict, if it has to be overruled, it has to be overruled by 8-judge bench or 9-judge bench. Hope you are understanding. It can never happen, and it's very rare, if not zero, that if a 7-judge bench is giving a judgment, it is overruled by a 5-judge bench. That does not happen. So do remember these things. Good morning, Pulakesi. These are important things. Cool. So Article 143, Clause 1. Just give me a second. Have I skipped anything? I cannot skip anything here, and this is important. So Constitution Bench. What is the presidential reference all about? You can see here, President Draupadi Murmu ma'am, she sent 14 legal questions, because in a way, if you think about it, judiciary is putting a cap on the power of executive. When you read GS Mains Paper 2, you read about something known as separation of power. I'm so bad in these things. Separation of power given by Montesquieu, separation of power. Legislature, executive, judiciary, they should work in their own domain. Legislature will make law, executive will implement law, and judiciary will check constitutionality of laws and executive order. So now the question is, via this particular Supreme Court judgment where they said that governor, president, they have to give assent, withdraw assent within a particular timeline, is it, undermining the power of executive? Is judiciary encroaching upon the power of executive? Again, here when we have discussed this in previous Hindu analysis, we can discuss it in subsequent Hindu analysis also. What is the difference between judicial review, activism and overreach? So is this whole case an example of judicial overreach? Is judiciary going beyond their ambit and doing something which it shouldn't do? So there are so many questions which we have to ask. Jivayan, everybody was missing you. Good morning, Mansi. Good morning, Jivayan. Okay. So April 8 judgment came from a Tamil Nadu government petition challenging Governor R.N. Ravi. Again, if you follow current affairs, you know how Tamil Nadu government keeps on having tussle with central government along with West Bengal. So again, for valid, we are not going into what reasons, but there are reasons why this happens. The court ruled that the governor's delay is illegal and imposed enforceable timeline. Because if you think about it, state government, they are the direct representative of people. Governor, he is appointed, right? So in a way, people's mandate lie with state government, and if those bills are, staying it's like governor is sitting on it via pocket veto and this and that. So in a way, you are also undermining the voice of the people. That was the basic justification. Reference seeks clarity on whether courts can prescribe timelines and methods for constitutional authorities. So in a way, you can understand executive, even the central executive is not very happy with the timeline because nobody wants to have their power curtailed. And that is what is happening here exactly. So again, can the Supreme Court issue an opinion? Article 143 Clause A gives the court advisory jurisdiction that they can provide opinions. And again, when they can provide opinions, President must believe the question is important, issue must be off. Again, don't worry about it. The point is they can also refuse to give any like judgment, and that like they can say that no, we are not bound by your presidential reference, we have no advice to give you on this particular presidential reference. The main question is, based on this presidential reference, can Supreme Court change their judgment? The answer is no. For that you have to file a separate case under Article 137, which is review petition. Be with me, you will understand each and everything, and once we solve some questions you will again understand more stuff. How in a sweet way, sir. Good morning to everyone. Okay, cool. So yes, court can refuse. If presidential reference has been given, court can refuse. See here, in special courts bill case, it was held that word may gives the court discretion. Ayodhya Babri Masjid case, at that time president again asked for some advice and court refused to give, like listen to the reference, and they were like, this whole thing is sub judice and this is a case of secularism which is there in your GS mains paper 1. So we will not give any advice to you right now, and they refuse the presidential reference. So do remember, Supreme Court has that power via different judgment where they can refuse this particular presidential reference. They are not bound by the presidential reference that they have to give advice. Are advisory opinions binding? Again, they are not strictly binding, but hold persuasive value. So again, there has been differing or different judgments which has been given. Different interpretation has been done. If let's say Supreme Court gave some verdict or they suggested certain things in response to presidential reference, are they binding or not? So Article 141, they say that if Supreme Court makes a law, there was a case when Supreme Court made a law that within certain meters of national or state highway, liquors cannot be sold or this and that. So that is a law. That is, they can do that. But this is not a law. This is just a reference. So 141 makes the law declared by Supreme Court binding, but advisory opinions are not considered binding precedent. So whatever advice Supreme Court is giving to President under presidential reference Article 143, that is not exactly a law. Now this is again a question. This is again a very tricky area if you go into it. Why? Because lawmaking is not the work of judiciary. Lawmaking is the work of legislature, and that's why you keep on talking about these things. Judicial review, judicial activism and judicial overreach. That when judiciary starts making laws, they are doing the work of legislature, and this is an example of judicial overreach. Cool. So again, there was R.K. Garg versus Union of India. They said that this advisory opinion which Supreme Court is giving, that is binding. But then Justice Chandrachud, he has clarified that such opinions are not binding, the opinions which are given by Supreme Court under presidential reference. Can the court overturn the April 8 ruling which was related to curtailing the power of Tamil Nadu governors within, and they have to pass the bill within a particular timeline? The answer is no, not via Article 143, but it can be done via Article 137 under review petition. Now there are different words here. What is review petition? What is curative petition? How they are different from each other, and these words are actually important. How in a sweet way, sir, say good morning to everyone. Oh my God, thank you, Mamtai. Cool. So yes, so please understand here, President in a way is forcing or putting pressure on Supreme Court under Article 143. Supreme Court can twist this rule a bit, the timeline rule, like they had done in the 3 judges case. The collegium system, simple terms, how judges are appointed in Supreme Court and High Court, that is not written in the Constitution. That came via 3 judges case. In the last case, 3 judges case, again a presidential reference was asked. President asked for some opinion that whether judiciary will appoint judiciary, whether I am bound by the advice of collegium or not. Earlier, Supreme Court Chief Justice and 2 judges, senior most judges of Supreme Court, they used to decide who will be the other judges. Then in the 3rd judges case, they modified the ruling. Supreme Court Chief Justice plus 4 senior most judges. So these kind of things can be done. Presidential reference has been given. So they can tweak the ruling, but they cannot change it. They cannot overhaul it. They cannot, if it is Hope you are understanding. They cannot just totally go against it, that no, there is no timeline. They cannot do that. Under 143, they can do it under 137. Again, be with me, you will understand each and everything. It's little technical. So what we are discussing here, review or curative petition are the only proper ways to challenge such rulings. So let's say central government is not very happy with Supreme Court judgment putting a timeline on Tamil Nadu government, when they can, like, up to which particular timeline they can give or assent or withhold assent to a bill. Then they have to file a review petition under Article 3 or 137, not 143. So in this review petition, if this petition, and if Supreme Court feels like, yes, there is some lasona, there is some issue, we overruled or we did not look into certain evidences, then they can overrule this verdict under 137. Let's say they rejected review petition, then also central government, they have a right to file curative petition, which evolved from a judgment. See, understand one thing, review petition evolved from Article 137 in the constitution, but curative petition is not there in any constitutional article. They have evolved from different Supreme Court judgments. So curative petition is the last resort. Central government, they filed a case under 137 review petition that we are not liking this judgment of your Supreme Court, change it. Supreme Court is like, no, go away, I'm not changing it. Then central government, they have another disposal, armory at their disposal, that is curative petition. They can file a curative petition, that is a last resort, and again, if Supreme Court agrees on it, they will overrule it. So please understand, curative petition, no constitutional article deals with it, evolved from Supreme Court judgments, just like basic structure has evolved from Keshwanand Bharti case or SGK MW case, Shankari Prasad Golaknath, Keshwanand Bharti, Minerva Mills and Vaman Rao case. So you will understand each and everything. Hope you understood some part of it. At the end, I will give you a comparative analysis of review and curative petition. You will understand it. How can someone not tease you? You're really the sweetest teacher. Oh my God, Ankita, not today. Please, please, please. You people are hitting on me these days. So however, under Article 143 Clause 1, the court may clarify or elaborate. As we have discussed, they have done the same in 3 judges case, where they have elaborated on the judgment. They have expanded that, Chief Justice plus 4 Supreme Court judges, not 2. They can do that here also, but they cannot totally change the ruling. Refine the law without changing the court decision. If court decision has to be changed, it has to be done under Article 137 review petition. Cool. So past example of refinement through reference, as we have discussed, 3 judges case. 1998 judicial appointment reference, court upheld collegium system, but they revised the structure from 2 CJI, means again Chief Justice of India plus 2 senior most, to CJI plus 4 senior most. Conclusion, the April 8 judgment remains final and binding. That means a timeline on Tamil Nadu government, he has to, that is final. If it has to be changed, presidential reference will not do, review petition has to be filed under 143. Are you people understanding what I am saying here? But the current constitution bench may refine or elaborate its legal reasoning through the presidential reference. Very good. So review petition, curative petition. Review petition, Article 137. Curative petition, there is no constitutional article. It has evolved from different judgments. Filed directly after the judgment. So again, even now central government, they can file a review petition under Article 137 if they want to change it. So maybe central government is just, seeing or trading the waters, and maybe later on they will file it. Let's see how it happens. Cool. So again, only after review you can see all these things. Correct apparent errors, prevent gross miscarriage. So curative petition will be filed only after review petition is rejected. Do remember the chronology here. You have a judgment given. If the opposing party is not happy, they can file a review petition. If that is rejected, they can file a curative petition, and that is what is written here. Cool. You can have a look at this. Now let's solve some questions so that you can remember whatever we have studied. So MCQ 1. Which of the following cases involved a court refusing to answer a presidential reference on grounds of violation of secularism and pendency of a civil suit? Shreya, my sister's name is Shreya. Shreya, Evangeline, Shashmita, Himani, Anandu, Rushabh, Mamta, Jivayan, Madhubala, Yukta, Venkat, Liliana, Rajneesh. In Ayodhya Babri Masjid case, Supreme Court refused to answer a presidential reference, so they can refuse it. MCQ 2. Consider the following statement regarding curative petition. use option elimination here. Hello, Vidyum. So consider the following statement regarding curative petition. Review petition, curative petition. Shashmita, Athira, Mamta. So we have seen if review petition is rejected under Article 137, curative petition can be filed. Review petition, Article 137, curative petition evolved from Supreme Court judgment. So they are not filed under Article 137. Review petition is filed under Article 137. Curative petition evolved from Supreme Court judgment. Second is wrong. If you eliminate second, the answer is D, 1 and 3. Very good. So many of you answered it. Starting from like Shashmita tried it, Athira, Mamta, Liliana, Jeevayan, Anandu, Evangeline, Madhubala, Anushuya, Rajneesh. Cool, Shreya, Rishabh, Gadha, Yukta, Venkat, Ankita. Cool. So the answer is D. Hope you understood why the answer is D. Curative petition is not filed under Article 137. The Article 137 deals with review petition. Have a look at this. Please don't make mistake here. Many good people made mistake in this question. Oh my God. Okay. Next article. There are some editorials today which we have to talk about, and yeah, but we will do editorial at the end because there are other important technical articles which we have to do at the start. See, page 13, net FDI dives 98% on lower gross inflows, higher repatriation. So, net FDI, gross FDI, BOP, balance of payment. Earlier also we had a talk related to BOP, current account, capital account. If I ask you right now, this whole FDI will come under which account? Current account or capital account? Cheppandis. So current, here also it is divided into two parts, visible and invisible. Visible and invisible. In visible you have goods, and here in invisible you have SIT. So yes, visible goods, that means something which you can see, goods. Export and import of goods, and this export and import of goods is known as BOT, balance of trade. And invisible SIT, services, income and transfer. Services, transportation, communication, IT sector. Services, income and transfer. Income means I am working in US, I am earning money there, or I am working, or there are some companies who are working here, earning their money here, and then they are sending their money to US. So this is income. Transfer is remittances, donations, grants which we are getting, that is transfer. So that is invisible. Services. I have taught you right now. I am teaching you. I am giving you knowledge. Can you see that knowledge? No, not these numbers, these words. Something is intangible here. Something is invisible here. So that is one kind of service. This is also service. So I asked you one question. Review petition under Article 130 is not curative. Yeah. Capital account. FDI is capital account. So this capital account here you will have FDI, FII, external commercial borrowings, different kind of loans which you are taking, all these things, FCNR account. So all these things are under capital account. So now we are focusing on, so there will be multiple PYQs based on this article which we have to solve today. We'll do that. Net FDI, something very extreme has happened, and this is very, very extreme. And why this has happened, we have to dive into it, and then we'll solve some PYQs, UPSC PYQs. See here. Net FDI inflows were just $35 million in May 2025. And how much it was in May 2024? $2.2 billion. Oh my, please sir, this is OMG. If this is not OMG, I don't know what is OMG. Hope you can see here, May 2025, we have FDI, foreign direct investment, which has come to our country, is $35 million. Last year, same month, it was $2.2 billion. Why such a drastic change? The answer is Donald Trump and his policies. People are little wary of what is going to happen in India right now. You know, trade talks, etc. are going on. So there are multiple reasons why this year has been more volatile compared to last year. So decrease has happened. Now, what is net FDI? As you can see here, net FDI is gross FDI minus repatriation minus outward FDI. Let's try to understand it. What is FDI? So Amazon, they have come to India, made a establishment in Hyderabad, and there is a company, they're working here. So this is FDI. They have come for the long term. What is FII? FDI, foreign direct investment. What is FII? Foreign institutional investment or foreign portfolio investment. In that, what happens? Let's say there is Tom Cruise. He invested in Indian stocks. Indian bonds, Indian market. So he's just investing his money and he can always take out that money. So that is FII. That's very volatile. FDI targets specific sector. So let's say they're targeting IT, etc. But FII money can come anywhere and everywhere, but they can also go anywhere and everywhere. So FDI is lesser volatile as compared to FII. Do remember this thing. But here, this is actually a very big anomaly which has happened. 99% lower than 3.9 billion recorded in April 2025. So something drastic has happened in May 2025. Lots of FDI has been withdrawn from India because of the the volatile situation we are currently in. So let's try to understand this definition. So gross FDI minus repatriation by foreign companies. So Amazon, they have their office in India, they have sent money to US because they are worrying that maybe Indian rupee will depreciate. If Indian rupee is depreciating, the amount which they will be sending to US in dollar, that will also reduce, So they are worried, and that can be one reason why lots of money has been sent outside India, thereby decreasing our, net FDI. So that is the reason. We are speculating on the reason. We don't know the exact reason. Economists, they are just speculating why it may have happened, why this whole thing may have happened. Outward FDI by Indian firms. So first is foreign company Amazon, they are sending their money outside. Plus outward FDI by Indian firms. So we have, let's say, Reliance, etc. They are establishing a company in America. Then again, that is outward FDI. So if you subtract repatriation minus and again outward FDI from gross FDI, you will get net foreign direct investment. Again, you will understand everything once you solve some question. So again, reasons for decline: low gross FDI inflows in, again higher repatriation by foreign companies. Lots of companies, they have sent their money back to US. Should we be worried about it? No, we shouldn't be. Although this is actually a very drastic decline, but this thing happens. This is not an anomaly. We should be wary of it, but it's not like, oh my God, or we have to do this and that. No, this thing will change. And because Donald Trump is here, so you have to be ready for all these kind of things because of the unpredictability in world policy, so to say. So gross FDI inflows, there are certain numbers which has been given. How much gross FDI inflow was there? Repatriation and disinvestment happened. Outward FDI by Indian companies. We don't have to pay attention to these numbers. You will understand what is important. Components of BOP, current account, capital account. These are the things which we have discussed earlier multiple times in previous Hindu analysis. Let's solve some questions so that you can understand what is important and what is not important. So this is PYQ3, third question of the day, UPSC 2014 question. Have a look at this. The more questions you solve, the more you will understand what is important and what you can ignore and what you can't. So with reference to BOP, which of the following constitutes current account? We have discussed current account, capital account, or balance of payment. Balance of trade, foreign asset, balance of invisible, special drawing rights. So let's say you don't know anything. Let's say you don't know what is SDR, etc. Even with option elimination, you can solve this question. So what we have discussed when I have made that BOP current account and capital account. In current account, you have visible and invisible component. Visible is goods. Invisible is SIT, services income transfer. And so let's have a look at this. So BOT is a part of current account. BOT is that visible goods component, export and import of goods. So first has to be there. If first has to be there, eliminate B option. Now foreign asset, let's say you're confused about it, don't eliminate it, keep it in the loop. Balance of invisible, we have discussed this invisible, SIT, services income transfer, that is also there in current account. So third has to be there, so first and third has to be there. So eliminate option, you're getting the answer C1 and 3. So even if you do option elimination, you'll be able to solve the question, So yeah, the answer is C1 and 3 as stated by, oh my God, Anandu, Jivaya, Nitin, Evangeline, Athira, Shashmita, Mamta, Ankita, Liliana, Rajneesh, Venkat, Nitin, Rushabh. Cool. PYQ 4 UPSC 2013. Which of the following constitute a capital account? You can see a trend here. When you solve these questions at the same time, you can see a trend here. Please don't do that. Everybody missed you. I was like, where is my Kannada friend? Where is my Kannada friend? Capital account. Here also follow option elimination and you will be able to solve it. Chepandis. Good morning. Rishi. Oh my God. Liliana, Ankita, Mamta, everybody. Sashmita was like crying. Where is Rishi? Where is Rishi? So current account opposite capital account. So the things which are there in current account, that will not be there in capital account. Oh my God. So remittances. This is a part of the invisible component. Invisible component, SIT we have discussed, services, income and transfer. In transfer, you have remittances, you have grants, you have donations, all the things which are one way. One way means if I'm taking grant, I don't need to pay it back, right? So all these things. So this is under current account. So third, you have to eliminate third. If you eliminate third, you're directly getting the answer B1, 2 and 4. See how easy? So who answered it? Anandu, Evangeline, Shashmita, Mamta, Liliana, Athira, Jivayan, Nitin, Venkat, Ankita, Shunit, Rajneesh. Health issue. I can understand, Rishi. So hope you understood. All of you tried it. Hope you understood why B is the answer and how we could have arrived at B even if you have not known about these different terms. There are so many questions which UPSC has asked on FDI, FI, etc. Let's solve this MCQ 5. Net FDI is calculated by which of the following formula? Take care, Rishi. Very good edits. So tell me one thing. 41 people watching. Not it's and why 22 likes, bro? Why? Why? Are you not liking the way I'm teaching you? Net FDI is calculated by subtracting two things from gross FDI, right? So Jivayan tried it, Nitin tried it, Shashmita, Evangeline, Mamta, Rajneesh and Rushabh. So what things you have to subtract from gross FDI to get net FDI? The money which foreign companies like Amazon, they are sending abroad or sending to their home country. That is repatriation. So you have to subtract repatriation. So eliminate those options which are not subtracting repatriation. Okay, so we have eliminated A. Then what else you have to subtract? Outward FDI. The money which, let's say our company Reliance BSNL, they are sending outside. Let's say they are establishing a company or establishing a subsidiary in US, then they are sending money outside. That is outward FDI. So you have to subtract repatriation and outward FDI. B is the answer as stated by so many of you. Cool. Cool. Mamta, Rajneesh, Rushabh, Athira, Venkat, Ankita, Jiva and Liliana, Sumit. MCQ 6. Which of the following could be possible reasons for higher repatriation by foreign companies from India? Oh my God. Rishi, don't take so many medicines. Very good edits. So which of the following could be possible reasons? Here also try to do option elimination. Eliminate that option which you feel like that is totally wrong, that can never be right in any scenario. So global economic uncertainties, profit booking by foreign firms, weakening Indian rupee expectations, so increase in corporate tax rate globally. So now I've got answer from Nitin, Rushabh, Anandu, Shashmita, Jivayan. So now let's try to understand. We know this third has to be correct, right? Weakening Indian rupee expectation. So let's say $1 is rupees 80 right now, and let's say they are expecting that rupee will weaken further, rupees 90. So now in India they are earning in rupees, right? So let's say, or let's keep it like this, rupees 100. They are expecting that $1 will become rupees 100, our rupee will weaken. So let's say they earned rupees 400 because they are in India, they will earn in rupees, Amazon, etc. So rupees 400 is, in the first scenario, it is $5. In the second scenario, it is $4. So now if Indian rupee weakens, the amount which they will be sending to their home country will reduce from $5 to $4. So they don't want that. They feel like if let's take out our money when $1 is rupees 80. So weakening Indian rupee expectation. Hope you are understanding how it will impact and how it will impact or lead to higher repatriation. So third has to be correct. If third has to be correct, you can only eliminate C option. You are still left with A, B and D. Increase in corporate tax rate globally. If globally corporate tax rate increases, why will they take their money outside? They will keep it in India, right? Hope you are understanding this. If in other countries corporate tax is high, they have to pay more tax to set up a establishment. Why will they do that? Then why will they take out their money? If the corporate tax rate is lower in different countries, then they can take out this money from India and invest somewhere else. So increase in corporate tax rate will not lead to higher repatriation. Decrease in corporate tax rate will lead to higher repatriation. Hope you are again understanding it. So eliminate 4. If you eliminate 4, you are left with A and B. Now you have to check the second option. Profit booking by foreign firms. Yes, they have earned profit. They want to send it to their home country. That's what we generally do also. We get our salary. We send a certain amount to our family. That's what they are doing. So the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. All these 3 options are correct. Profit booking. How will you send money outside when you don't have any money with you? Until or unless you don't have profit, what will you send outside? Repatriation is what? Foreign companies sending their money. Money includes the profit portion also. You cannot send your base thing. Hope you are understanding. If profit booking does not happen, how will they send money outside? So profit booking will have been done, or this is one reason. Again, if you go back here, see this point. So reasons for decline, higher repatriation. Okay, it's not written here, but please understand, whenever companies are sending money outside, the one reason is they have incurred or they had acquired a higher profit, and now that's why they want to send a certain portion to their home country. So that is also correct. So the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. Again, see what has happened here. There is a tendency among all of you that if 2, 3 people answer the same option, you people also start doing the same thing. Don't do that. So the answer is A, 1, 2 and 3. Hope you understood this. I did not get any correct answer for this particular question. So I cannot even tell you to like and subscribe. Let's come to the next article of the day. Is the plastic industry trying to influence green policies? In UPSC 2022, UPSC asked a question on greenwashing. Greenwashing. What is greenwashing? Greenwashing means when you are trying to portray yourself as something which you are not. So, good morning, Kaizen. So, greenwashing, the plastic industry, the tobacco industry, they are expert in greenwashing. Tobacco industry will say that we are not as harmful as we are being portrayed. Plastic industry will say we can, we are doing incineration, we are biodegradable, this and that. So we have to talk about all these things because UPSC has already asked questions on them. So comparison between plastic and tobacco industry. Both industries prioritize profits despite clear evidence of harm. So if you are taking tobacco, they will say it is injurious, but take it at your own risk, and they will show, मुंह में रजनीगंधा कदमों में दुनिया. That means if you're eating rajnigandha inside your mouth, world is at your feet. And Ajay Devgan also, he's known for some Kamla Pasand, which Ajay Devgan is known for what? So both shift responsibility onto individuals rather than corporation. They're like, it's your responsibility. We are writing it on our label. It's injurious to health, but we'll keep on selling it. And government keep on allowing it because there is high profit involved here. So there are so many people who are morally wrong at so many different levels. Not your fault that we got our answer. Your teacher. Okay, cool. So shifting responsibility. Tobacco ads include disclaimers but still promote smoking, placing the burden on the individual. Similarly, plastic producers blame consumer for poor recycling habits. Reduce, reuse, recycle. These 3 words you will hear a lot. Reduce, reuse and recycle. So now see, reduce, we know, reduce the consumption of anything. What is the difference between reuse and recycle? Can anybody tell me? Vimal, oh my God, yes. So these three things, when you talk about recycling, when you talk about plastic, and when you talk about, even cleanliness, Swachh Survekshan, this and that, you talk about reduce, reuse and recycle. What is the basic difference between reuse and recycle? You can post it in the comment section. We will have a discussion on it afterwards also. Okay. So tobacco ads, again, blah, blah, blah. Similarly, see here, misleading PR. Tobacco companies historically funded studies denying health risk. There was a series also, sitcom, which was made on it. I think where I forgot the name of that series. Very awesome series. So that is based on how tobacco companies, they tell you that no, there's like health risk is associated with anything. Even if you're eating too many eggs, so that yellow portion is not good for you. Same thing applies to tobacco companies. That's not exactly same. You know, tobacco and eggs are not equal. Plastic industry promoted recycling from 1980s while internally admitting it wasn't practical at scale. It's non-biodegradable. Mostly plastics, even if they say that this is biodegradable, this and that, that is scientifically inaccurate. Scientists still are arguing on the phenomena whether plastics in general are non-biodegradable or biodegradable, you know, and most of the people, they are saying that plastic is super harmful, you should not be using it at all. So yeah, I think the plastic industry is actively engaged in trying to influence green policies, often promoting its own sustainability initiatives as a way to mitigate negative perception and maintain its market. Oh my God, Rishi, very good. So most plastic waste is still incinerated, landfilled or dumped. Incineration means, you know, burning them at high temperature. Landfilling means, you know, you are opening a pit and you are putting it all inside and then covering the pit with heavy level of sand. That is landfilling. So do remember these words, they can give you what is incineration, what is landfilling, how they are different from each other. Tobacco marketed light and mild cigarettes. Plastic is safely or falsely marketed as biodegradable or compostable. But we still don't have enough evidence to prove that they are indeed biodegradable or compostable. So again, these are all misleading consumer. This is greenwashing. You are trying to prove yourself something which you are actually not. GYN, cold drink bottles are again used like 3 to 4 times as a bottle. That's called reuse. Recycling means plastic used in the Denver while we make roads. Very good. So reuse and recycle, these two words, what is the basic difference between them? So you have a cold drink bottle, you drank cold drink and then you use that same bottle for water filling. That is reuse. Recycling is, I have that cold drink bottle, I send it to a recycling factory, it is used and it is converted to something else, or that is recycling. Recycling means the same product is being converted to something else and again reused. So in reuse, you're using the same thing multiple number of times. In recycling, it is being converted to something else. Hope you are understanding it. We'll talk about reduce, reuse and recycle later on also. That is important. Cool, GYN. Reuse doesn't change the physical nature, recycle change the physical nature, basically new product. Very good, Anandu is so good. So now what has happened is in global north, in the developed countries, European countries, they have put a restriction on plastic, etc. So now the focus is on global south. We have talked about this word global south a lot, multiple number of times, right? The developing countries, less developed countries of South America, Africa, Asia. So now these plastic industries, they have made this global south their market. And there are different surveys which is saying that this plastic use is more than double or will be more than double in sub-Saharan Africa and triple in Asia by 2060. Because we are poor, we have to use it, it is cheaper. Now there is a keyword here, sub-Saharan Africa. How many countries are part of? Oh my God, Rishi. So how many countries, like what countries are part of sub-Saharan Africa? What is sub-Saharan Africa? So countries which are north of or which are south of rather Sahara Desert. More than 40 countries, 40 plus countries are part of sub-Saharan Africa. So if I ask you right now, Morocco, and this is again, see here, environment and geography, they are merging here. So there is a question from my side. Morocco, is it a part of sub-Saharan Africa? Yes or no? Egypt, is it a part of sub-Saharan Africa? Yes or no? See, this is how you study things also. When you get these words, you have to look at these words. Some people are like, leave it. No, don't leave it. Morocco and Egypt, are they part of sub-Saharan Africa? Yes or no? Good morning, Anwar. Good morning, daily chaos of me. Yeah. So, another question. This is your homework. Find out what is Sahel region. So, yes, sir. Morocco and Egypt, are they part of sub-Saharan Africa or not? Where are they? Buy an atlas, have a look at North African map, locate where is Morocco, where is Egypt, and Evangeline, GYN, Bulbul, Nitin, Liliana, Hannah. No, Morocco and Egypt both are not part of sub-Saharan Africa. They are not south of Sahara Desert. Most of them are like, they have some regions in Sahara. So they are, which is a part of Sahara Desert. They are in North Africa. They are not part of sub-Saharan Africa. 40 plus countries are part of sub-Saharan Africa. These countries are not part of sub-Saharan Africa. So your homework, locate Africa in the atlas. Have a look at their features. Sub-Saharan Africa, Sahel region, distinguish between them. This is important, very important. 13 countries in Sahara Africans. Very good. Cool. So weaker regulation and waste management. You can understand where we are going with this editorial. Global South, Global North, strict rules. So they are focusing on Global South. India's plastic waste scenario. Then we had something known as Plastic Waste Management Rule 2016. In 2016, something happened to our central government. They passed a lot of rules, solid waste management rules, plastic waste management rules. So do remember it. If somebody asks you what Indian government is doing, you can talk about reduce, reuse, recycle, this and that, but you also have to talk about plastic waste management rules and these schemes. So again, this scheme yesterday also we have talked about. Do you remember Namaste scheme? Chepandis? Namaste scheme. Yesterday we had a discussion on this particular Namaste scheme. Sahel is same arid region, south to Sahara Desert. Okay. So again, informal sector handles 70% of India's recycled plastic. Informal sector. Formal sector 10% of our, like, if 100 people are working, 10% people are working in the formal sector where you have proper salary, proper security, sometimes even your provident fund, all these things are done. Informal sector, which is unregulated, if you have to understand it in simple terms. Worker face, health risk, etc. Namaste scheme, yesterday we have discussed it. When we were talking about the difference between manual scavengers and septic tank cleaners, Namaste scheme is targeting those septic tank cleaners. At the same time, they are also targeting these people who are, talking or related to plastic reuse. So, or recycle rather, safety gear, health insurance, Ayushman Bharat, you can see here. So, Namaste scheme is very important. You have to keep on revising that particular scheme because it has, multiple dimensions, so to say. Cool. Manual scavenger article. Okay, sir. Plastic waste management rule 2016 amended in 2022. Mandate that plastic manufacturers are responsible for the waste they produce. Now, let's have a look at some question. PYQ 7 UPSC 2022. South African countries, countries which are south of Sahara Desert, they come under your, sub-Saharan region, as the name suggests. Cool. So, which of the following best describes the term greenwashing, which was asked by UPSC in 2022? Conveying a false impression that a company's products are eco-friendly and environmentally sound, non-inclusion of ecological environmental cost in the annual financial statement of a country, ignoring the disastrous and ecological consequences, blah, 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 blah. You can read this thing. So what is greenwashing? As Sashmita, Evangeline, Rishi, Hannah, Liliana, Rajneesh, Jeevayan, edits, Venkat, Ankita, Anwarul Haq, Kichlu, all of you are saying greenwashing is conveying a false impression that a company's products are eco-friendly and environmentally sound. MCQ 8. Sub-Saharan Africa includes which of the following countries? Now have a look at this. Do have a look at your atlas today as well. Nigeria, Morocco, Kenya and Egypt. You have to choose the option. We just had a discussion on this, so you can solve it again. Follow option elimination. That will make things easier for you. Option elimination. So Venkat, Hannah, Liliana, Evangeline, EV edits, Jeevayan, all of you have answered the question. We have just discussed sub-Saharan Africa, countries south of Sahara. 40 plus countries are part of sub-Saharan Africa. And Morocco is in North Africa. It includes region of Sahara. So how will it be a sub-Saharan African country? It is not. Second, eliminate second option. You are left with B and D option. So you don't need to check for 1, 3. You just check for 4. Egypt, North Africa, contains part of Sahara. So not. So the answer is B, 1 and 3. As stated by Hannah, Liliana, Evangeline, EV edit, Jivayan, Shashmita, Rakshita also tried it, Rajneesh, Rishi. Cool. B, 1 and 3, sir, Nigeria and Kenya. Kenya is anyway very south here. So if it is in southern part of Africa, how it will contain Sahara? Sahara is in north, right? It means, right? Oh my God. Please have a look at the features related to where is Lake Victoria, all these things. They're important. So the answer is B, 1 and 3 only. Very good. Cool. Next article, page number 7, opinion, takeaways from Swachh Survekshan. So Swachh Survekshan has happened. Now please understand here, Swachh Bharat Mission. This sir Akshay Raut, he is former director, Swachh Bharat Mission. Swachh Bharat Mission has two components, Swachh Bharat Mission Urban and Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen. So Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, what is the ministry here? Mahua. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Nirahua, Mahua. I think many of you, Rishi was telling me yesterday that Nirahua Rickshawala is his favorite movie, right? And Pawan Singh and Kheshadi Lal Yadav, two of his favorite actors. So SBM, Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, Mahua, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Mahua, Nirahua. Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen or rural, if you go by the same logic, I have also made a separate video on it some time back. Swachh Bharat Mission, you may feel like MORD, Ministry of Rural Development, is the nodal ministry for Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen. That's wrong. So wrong. That is not the correct thing. Here, your logical deduction will be wrong. Earlier, Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation was the nodal ministry of Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen. Now this Ministry of Jal means Drinking Water and Sanitation. It has merged with Jal Shakti Ministry. Oh my God. So Swachh Bharat Mission, nodal ministry is Jal Shakti. If you have not read this thing, you can easily make a mistake here, you know. So what is your hair care routine? Please tell. So my hair care routine revolves around watching movies of Pawan Singh, Khesari Lal Yadav and Nirahua Rickshawala. Nirahua Rickshawala, in that movie, whatever hairstyle, you know, routine Nirahua followed, I followed that. Ask Rishi. Rishi knows it. So takeaways from Swachh Survekshan. Please understand this. Swachh Bharat Mission Urban Grameen Swachh Bharat Mission launched on 2nd October 2014. Gandhiji, he preferred cleanliness. He believed in that theory. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So they conduct Swachh Survekshan. Here also there are different words which we have to keep in mind, which are very important from different exam perspective. Oh my God. Cool. Rishi, do you like Nirahua or Ravi Kishan, Khesari Lal Yadav, Pawan Singh? Purpose and scope of Swachh Survekshan. So what is this? This is world's largest cleanliness survey. So anything largest, first, greatest, all these things are important. Like PM Modi sir, many of you believe that he is the best PM ever, like best leader ever throughout the history of the world. So we agree on that. So it acts as a reality check for policymakers and urban manager. Again, you can read all these things. Perception and participation methodology. Survey include. Now here you can read. I'm not reading these things. There are certain keywords which we have to focus on. Like we have focused on Swachh Bharat Mission Urban Grameen. Swachh Survekshan. Swachh Bharat Mission launched in 2014. Swachh Survekshan launched in 2016. There are certain cities which are doing good. So now government is introducing something Super Swachh League. So what is Super Swachh League? It will be happening with Indian Premier League. So Indian Premier League and Super Swachh League will be happening at the same time. Here Nirahua, Pawan Singh and all these cricketers, means Bhojpuri superstars, they will be together and they will be playing against Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. No, that is not the case. See what has happened. There are some cities which are continuously doing very good, Indore, etc. And it's not fair to compare them with those cities which are not doing good. So this Super Swachh League is doing what? They are clubbing together cities. You know, the cities which are doing very good, top 20 cities which are always in that top 20 chart or most of the time, they are being clubbed together. You play among yourself. Same way, after that 20 cities rather, they will be clubbed together. And based on that, top cities will be decided so that it doesn't become monotonous. Same city is topping from the last 10 years, 20 years. It doesn't look good, right? So we need to have a league here also. So this is Super Swachh League. You just kill the hair care routine. I repeat, no, Rishi, you are not listening to my question here. Nirahua Rickshawala and Dinesh Lal Yadav Nirahua and what were the other actors? I forgot. Pawan Singh and Khesari. Who is your favorite actor? Bros, do you like Pawan Singh more or Khesari Lal Yadav? Okay, let's focus here. So hope you understood what is Super Swachh League, Swachh Survekshan, Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, Swachh Bharat Mission Grameen. Here also there are different words. ODF, ODF plus, ODF plus plus. All of us, most of us know the basic premise of Swachh Bharat Mission and what was the basic purpose here. Like open defecation free India. Nobody should go taking a lota in their hand and in the agriculture feels that, oh my God, it feels so good to do here in the open. No, this is not good. This is so bad. So ODF, that is open defecation free. ODF plus means you should have functional toilets. People are there who are like, nah, it feels good to go in the open. So let's fill our toilet with residue fodder of agricultural crops, etc. That is not done. You should have a Lifebuoy Dettol soap in your, bathroom and all, and you should use it. It should not be used as a go down for your agricultural fodder. Khesari Lal Yadav, what a name, sir. Yes. Okay, thank you. Who are they? Oh my God. They are the superstars, Kaizen. Everybody in the whole world know about Pawan Singh and Khesari Lal Yadav, or at least they think so, the way their interviews go. Cool. So ODF plus functional toilet, ODF plus solid waste management. That means if you are doing potty, it has to be managed properly. We were talking about manual scavengers and sanitation workers. So if you're doing your potty, you have a functional toilet, right? But treatment of your solid waste has to happen. That is ODF++. So do remember these words. ODF means open defecation free, ODF plus functional toilets, ODF++ solid waste management. So these things are very important. Cool. So now let's focus on the things which are important. It encourages again regional. No. This, when we are talking about Super Swachh League, see here, it encourages health. All these groupings, it will encourage healthy competition. Now tell me one thing, Super Swachh League, will it promote cooperative federalism or competitive federalism? What kind of federalism you will hear about? Sir, I don't know them. Actually, I don't watch movies. So this is your homework, Kaizen. Today you have to complete Nirahua Rickshawala. You have to watch that movie, or any movie of after that, Khesari Lal Yadav and Pawan Singh. So yes, cooperative federalism or competitive federalism. What do you think Super Swachh League promotes? It's competitive federalism, right? Cities are competing with each other and it's good. It's actually good. These competitions, they are good. Cities will improve and that is basically the aim here. Cool. Now let's focus on the things which are again important. Wider clean city recognition again. So suggested model, top cities mentoring underperforming ones to spread best practices. Pool top cities together, pool underperforming cities together, then the cities will keep on improving and then move them to the upper bracket. That is a better way rather than having the survey and the single city performing or topping the survey every year. It doesn't look cool, bro. So again, innovative practices, these cities, they have done these many things. You can have a look at this. Now, there are certain words which are important. Bioremediation. What is bioremediation? So we have to pay attention to the keywords which are important from exam perspective. Competitive federalism, right? So what is bioremediation? Use of microorganism to treat these waste or biological organisms to treat these waste rather than using chemical. So that is bioremediation in simple terms. Bio means, biological organisms, and you have to keep it in mind because you will see some question related to bioremediation in basic term. So you are using some, bacteria, fungi, anything you want to use, you are using some organism, microorganism to treat your waste. That is bioremediation. Cool. Now here they are talking about how Prayagraj, it was recognized for sanitation, cleanliness vital to boosting international tourism. So if let's say 100 people are visiting different countries in the world, less than 1.5 people are visiting India, that is not good. We are one of the largest country in the world, most populous country in the world. We are 7th largest country in the world, right? So the share should be more than 1.5. And one thing which you will see many tourist people talking about, India is so dirty, cow is moving here and there. So not always, but there is no civic sense. So we have to work on this regard and we are working, and that is actually a good thing. Use of fungi, decomposing plastics to degrade waste. Cool. Theme of 2024-25 survey, reduce, reuse, recycle. So they can ask you, what was the theme of 2024-25? Swachh Survekshan survey. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You people have already told me what is the basic difference between reuse and recycle. Reuse, reusing the same thing or using the same thing again and again. Recycle means changing that particular thing to some other entity. Cool. Promotes job. Earlier year, the theme was rather waste to wealth. Cool. Challenge ahead, need for citizens partition. Here they are talking about cooperation among citizens, success, and see how much daily solid waste we have to manage. 1.5 lakh tons. In fact, in Delhi, we go there, I'm in Gurgaon. So there is an area where there is so much solid waste accumulated at one place. It's look like a city, very unhealthy and smelling city. And again, so it needs a lot of effort from urban local bodies. And this is again an important part of your urbanization as well. So cleanliness, all these things, Swachh Bharat Mission, we have talked about GS Mains Paper 2, policy, schemes. GS Mains Paper 1, urbanization, you know. So again, urban local bodies, it depends on them a lot. Surat, it is a classic example. Again, a case study, which you can use in ethics also and in environment also. That Surat, it was earlier a garbage ridden city, now it is top ranking city. If Surat can change, so can we. In fact, when we talk about even Ganga cleaning, people talk about how Ganga is so dirty, this and that. Same was the scenario with Thames River. But Thames has been cleaned to a certain extent, and to a greater extent rather. Do you know where is Thames? In which particular country Thames River is located? So once you come to our Mysuru, I will Jivayan. Where is Thames River? So again, that is an example. If Thames River can be cleaned, so can be Ganga. And there are different plans. Similarly, if Surat can transform from a garbage-ridden city, so can other cities of our country. Where is Thames? Chepandi. MCQ 9. Do remember these rivers, Thames, Rhine River. So again, they ask you, they have already asked earlier. Very good, Nitin. So which of the following best differentiate reuse from recycle? Reuse involves creating new products, recycle doesn't. Reuse requires more energy. So Shashmita, Evangeline, Anandu, Rishi, Jeevayan, Venkat, Liliana, Yukta, Devnath, Ankita. All of you have answered it, Rajneesh. So reuse involves using the product again, as is recycle involves processing. So reuse, using the same product again and again, and recycling is processing and changing it to something else. So C is the answer as stated by almost all of you. Cool. Anwar also. MCQ 10. With reference to bioremediation, consider the following statement. Again, use option elimination here, it will help. It uses chemical agents to break down pollutants. It is an eco-friendly method of waste site treatment. Microorganisms play a key role in this process. Okay, so Venkat, Anvarul, Sashmita, Liliana, Nitin, Anandu, Rishi, Rajneesh, Devnath, Evangeline, Jeevan, you have answered it. Bioremediation, use of microorganism to treat these waste. Microorganisms, they play a crucial role. So third is correct. If third is correct, you will eliminate A option. It uses chemical agents? No, it uses biological agents rather than chemical agents. It is an eco-friendly method? Yes, it is. So second is also correct, eliminate. So you're left with B and D, and first is wrong, right? So the answer is B, 2 and 3 only, as stated by all of you. Very good. Page number 6, editorial. So the editorial we are reading at the end because there were other articles which were important. So Maharashtra's public security bill, it endangers India as an open society. Again, the person who has written this editorial in Hindu, he is very angry because this Maharashtra's public security bill, it is talking about stopping the so-called anti-national people from saying stuff. If you say something which is derogatory or which can incite, again, so they can arrest you, and there are so many things which will happen. So in a way, again, impinging upon right to freedom of speech and expression. So the author of this editorial, he is of this view, and we'll see certain words here. What is a cognizable offense? What is the basic meaning here? We have to understand that. So the bill reflects a growing trend of executive overreach under the pretext of national security. Under the pretext of national security, you are trying to suppress your voice if the voice is not adhering to your thoughts. Misuse of existing law. Existing security laws are frequently misused against political opponents, critics and commentators. In fact, 2 or 3 days back, Supreme Court warned ED, Enforcement Directorate, that there was a news. I did not cover it. Otherwise, many people would have written in the comment section that, sir, you are urban Naxal, this and that. I don't know. So, but if you go back, you will realize that that was a news. Again, there were more important new articles also. Supreme Court, they warned ED, Enforcement Directorate, that don't be used by central government. You are an independent authority. And same thing is being talked about so many different entities that they are being used just because, you know, security, so you will curb the voice. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You know, you cannot just keep on putting your political opponents in jail just because they are not agreeing with your thought process. Punishment through process, you can see here, the process of legal prosecution. Even if, like we have seen what has happened in ED, if you go into this, the cases they have filed against different people, Enforcement Directorate, more often than not, they are acquitted, more than 90% of the case. But this whole process is a punishment. You have to go to their, you know, office, you have to go to court 10 times. That is a legal harassment. Even if you don't go to jail, the whole process becomes a punishment. And then you are very afraid of saying anything against these guys. So hope you are understanding this. First for 8th consecutive time. Very good, Venkat. So again, hope you are understanding why this author of this editorial is angry. Targeting thought and speech. The bill aims to criminalize certain kinds of thought and speech which is seen as a threat to democratic freedoms. Anyway, in Press Freedom Index, which is published by Reporters Without Borders, India is topping from the bottom. Our condition is not very good when it comes to freedom of speech and expression. CM Devendra Fadnavis claims the law is meant to target those undermining the constitutional order, particularly Maoist influences. Do you support this particular Maharashtra bill? You feel like we need this bill under the pretext of national security? Wide powers to state. Government can declare any group an unlawful organization under the proposed law. You can see here, what is an unlawful action? The definition is very wide. You know, like act, speech, signs and representation deemed a threat to public order. So if I'm criticizing the government, am I a threat to public order? That only they can decide. Cool. And that's why maybe you are seeing these days, you know, the media channels, very few media channels going against government. They don't want those ED rates and all those stuff. You can understand where things are going. Again, with due respect, we love everyone and I love my government. I'm not urban Naxal. Severe penal provisions, offences are cognizable, allowing arrest without a warrant. Now, please remember this word is important from exam perspective. They can ask you, Maharashtra government is doing too many stuff. Yes. So, what is a cognizable offence? As you can see here, in this cognizable offence, they does not need a warrant. They can arrest you without a warrant. They don't need any permission from judiciary. They can do things on their own. Police officer will come and they will take you to jail. That is a cognizable offence. And these offences are cognizable. If I say something and they did not like it, I can be put behind bars. No warrant is needed. Cognizable offence, arrest without a warrant. Punishment 2 to 7 years of imprisonment and fines from 2 lakh to 5 lakh. It's not 5 months, 6 months, 2 years to 7 years imprisonment. Once I am booked under this, I am gone. My career is gone. Everything is gone. Comparison with other states. Maharashtra government is saying that similar kind of laws are there in Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. So why are you targeting us? We all are targeting urban Naxals, which has banned severe Naxal Front organization, opposition party. Now, there is an issue here also. The author is saying, the author of this editorial, he is saying that Arnab Goswami goes against government sometimes because they have to balance it out, you know. If they don't do that, it will be too one-sided. So they do that. But more often than not, which side they are, you know, shifting towards. See, understand one thing. You cannot criticize opposition. They are in opposition because we did not like them. Whom will you criticize, make accountable? Your government. It's your duty to ask questions from your government. If for that you are going behind bars and under cognizable offense, that does not look cool as a democracy. Then maybe declare yourself as a dictatorship country or, you know, let's be China then. So again, state defense law, Maharashtra government is saying that Chhattisgarh, Telangana, all of them have this. So it's not something new. We are just following them. You know, we are good in that. So opposition party, now this is the weakness. If this is wrong, it should be, you know, opposition parties, they should oppose it. They have not done that, apart from CPIM. Threat to open society. Policing thought and speech, even if distasteful to ruling regime, is seen as a serious threat to democratic values. So there was something related to Aurangzeb which was going on in Maharashtra. Devendra Fadnavis image was made, a cartoon was made showing him something. That particular cartoonist was booked under something. So the situation is not very good. It's not good at all. MCQ 11. So MCQ 11, what is a cognizable offence? An offence where police need arrest, court permission to arrest. An offence punishable with a fine but no imprisonment. Offence arrest without warrant. So Liliana, Evangeline, Jivayan, they have answered this question. Very good. Anandu Rishi. So an offence where police can arrest without warrant. How many more questions are left? Okay. MCQ 12. Which of the following is or are example of, is this the last question? Chepandis. No, we have one more question. So these two questions are homework. MCQ 12. Which of the following is our example of foreign direct investment? Very good, Venkat, Devnath, Anwar, Rajneesh, Rishi, Anandu, Shashmita, Jivayan and others. Good morning, Priya. Which of the following is or are example of foreign direct investment? So again, if you know the answer, you can post it in the comment section. Take your own sweet time. MCQ 13, again, I have told you, unlike the other homeworks, this will be a little tougher. So think about it. MCQ 13, what is the primary objective of introducing Super Swachh League? Again, if you know the answer, you can post it in the comment section later on. Take your own sweet time and try to give the correct answer. We'll have a discussion on this MCQ 12 and 13 tomorrow. If you like this video, share this video, subscribe this video, spread the word. I want 100 live one day. Yesterday we went as far as 73 live, and that's actually good, but that is not done. Up until I get 100 live, 200 live, again, there's no end to that, right? But again, let's do our work. If you feel like this will help other people, also share it. I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of these MCQs in my Telegram channel. Fun Study with Shubh, because study should be fun. Why sometimes I speak in such a faster manner? Because your time matters. And now these are the things which can be done in a speedy manner. Oh my God. You can post your score, how much you have scored out of the questions which we have solved. And again, what is no joke? Your preparation is no joke. Yesterday, I told you to focus on your optional. Focus on your optional. If you're giving UPSC in 2026, complete your optional by January 2026. If you think you need our help, you can join our optional batches. You will get maximum discount till 31st July. Use my code SHS Live, which you're seeing in the bottom section, to get maximum discount. Thank you, Liliana. So again, also our 2026 batch, July batch, this is a morning batch, I guess, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I will give you a number, you can call on that number. And the batch is starting on 25th July 2025. If you feel like, see, ideally, I will tell you what should be the approach right now. If you have, and again, this is not a joke. You may feel like this is a joke. This is not a joke. Your career is not a joke. Your UPSC preparation is not a joke. So ideally, if you're preparing for these things, you should have one GS course, one optional course. So you can take both from us. You can take one from, and again, you may feel like, sir, this money, that money doesn't matter. Money is not an issue. You can call on the number I will give you. You can tell them about money. You can tell them about me. And you can tell that I want maximum discount, this and that. Please resolve my issue. But ideally, these months are crucial if you're preparing for 26, 27 or 28. And you should have one P2I batch, GS batch, so that your GS mains paper 1 to 4 is covered. And one optional course, so that your GS paper, like optional paper 1 and 2 is covered. GS mains paper 1 to 4, 1000 marks. Optional 2 papers, 500 marks, 1500 marks. Then you have essay, 250 marks. So even if you don't have any course for essay, etc., and you are covering these GS paper, I think in GS essay is also included. So essay is fine. For essay, you don't need too much of hard work. That will, like, you will get marks in essay even if you're preparing for GS mains to 1 to 4. So please have these two courses. Prepare for it diligently till January. Complete your optional by January. It is very much important. So again, GS batch, P2I batch, you will go to UPSC English after opening StudyIQ.com, go to view all courses. Our 2026 batch is starting on 25th July. You can join it. You can use my code SHS Live to get maximum discount. How you can join it? I've already told you. You will go to buy now. Before that, you will see all the features. You don't have to buy any course. You don't have to go to any Telegram channel. Just follow this. You have all these things, scholarship, everything is there. And you have different variants based on what you need, what you don't need. If you have any queries, call on this number. If you use my code, all these courses, the prices will reduce by 7,000. You can see here. And the lowest price cost, like, GS course is 9,999. Let's say I give you a hypothetical scenario. If you buy this particular GS course, which is P2I, gold 9,999 in 10,000. So here you will get live classes, lecture notes, all these things. Scholarship, etc. will not be there. But all like live classes, recorded videos, all the notes will be there to you, will be available to you. So 10,000, in 10,000 you got this P2I course. Everything. mains related, pre-related, everything is there. Now, if you join one optional course also, because you have to join optional or you have to prepare your optional, there's no other way around it. If you just focus on GS, that will not help. So here you will go to UPSC optional, based on which optional you are preparing for. Generally in our time, what used to happen, we used to go to different institution. They're like, we give optional for history and this and that. But at StudyIQ, if you go to view all courses in optional, you have so many people giving, optional, like so many faculties. I think they're covering almost every optional. So based on that, you can join any of these optionals. You can take, let's say we go to Ankit Tiwari sir's class and you go to buy now. And again, you can use my code SHS Live, you will get maximum discount. So this is Platinum 24,999, Gold 19,999. So if I apply my promo code, ideally Gold should reduce to 12,999. So now what has happened? GS whole course you are getting at 9,999. Gold and optional whole course you're getting at 12,999. So even if I round it off, 13,000, 10,000, in 23,000 you will get your GS course, your optional course. Totally worth it. 23,000 is not that big an amount. Or you can take one GS course right now. After looking at the quality, you can take your optional course. But it doesn't matter whether you're taking it from StudyIQ or some other. If you are facing issues, if you're not able to balance it out, you have to balance your GS and optional preparation. You have to take these batches from somewhere or the other sooner rather than later. Cool. So again, use my code anywhere, whatever course you are buying. And Nagarjuna and Kuber sir. Oh my God. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. I will see you people tomorrow. Take care. Be blessed. Tata. Bye bye.